Hi everyone, my name is Sean Newhouse and I'm thrilled to be guest conducting the National Repertory Orchestra this Wednesday, June 29th in a program entitled Songs of the Sea. Coming back to Breckenridge is actually particularly special for me because I spent the summer of 2003 here as an intern with the NRO, and so it's great to come full circle and come back as a professional and work with these wonderful musicians. We have a wonderful program planned for you, mostly centered around music that relates to the sea in one way or another, with three pieces in that vein, starting with Benjamin Britten's 4 sea interludes from Peter Grimes, the opera that he wrote in 1945. Then we have the one non-sea related piece, Alan Schulman's Theme and Variations for Viola and Orchestra. And then on the second half, Mendelssohn's Concert Overture, The Hebrides, Fingal's Cave, inspired by this group of islands off the Scottish coast that Mendelssohn visited, and then wrote this piece around 1830. And then finally we have, of course, Debussy's famous, iconic La Mer. And what's wonderful for me about all of these sea-related pieces is that we do get a very individual perspective on the sea from each of those composers, but each one also combines it in very individual and fascinating ways with human emotions and the human experience of the sea. It's not just, you know, pictures in sound of what the sea is like, but it's about how a person feels when they experience the majesty and the wonder of this, you know, gargantuan, body of water and everything that comes with that.
Debussy's La Mer is a really interesting piece, especially for its time. It uses unconventional chords and sound worlds rather than chord progressions to build this picture. It's an impressionistic work. It's really interesting if you've never heard it. One of the things in the first movement, which is all about the sun coming up over the water, is that he uses the pentatonic scale a lot to show just this color rather than actual chord progressions. And then he also uses solo instruments like the oboe to go into some other worlds. Another really interesting thing that he does to convey the water, rather than using triads going up and down like most composers in the past had done, he uses dynamics to ebb and flow constantly with the music. The second movement is really interesting too. It's the play of the waves. And this is actually where the oboe really comes in, because there's a large section devoted to it. But the playing comes in where actually the second oboe imitates a little bit lower what the first oboe does a couple of times in the piece, and so we play back and forth. Yeah. For example, I'll play, and then the second oboe will play, and then we'll play it together back to back. So it's a lot of fun, and you get to work a lot with the other people in your section. The main solo from Debussy's La Mer goes something like this.
Schulman's Theme and Variations for Viola and Orchestra was composed in 1940. It was premiered in 1941 with the NBC Symphony Orchestra. It was a prominent work for Schulman. It really started his career, and to this day it's standard in the viola repertoire. As a Theme and Variations, it has a theme, which is a short sort of 20-bar melody, and then there are 6 variations which follow, and then a cadenza that the viola plays. The theme sounds something a little bit like this.